Hi, I'm Bill Walton, founder of creatingyourbest.com. Thank you for joining me and here in our home in the Caribbean. Today, we're going to be talking about a question that we get a lot, which is, Bill, is there a biblical formula for success? Right? And is there a formula? People always want to know step one, step two, step three, step four. Now, in our book, Creating Your Best Life, we go into depth on answering these questions and many more. And so today we're going to be talking about, is there a biblical formula? Now, I talked about in some of our earlier broadcasts is talking about the idea of success and is it God's will for us to succeed? And once that's answered correctly, then we're ready to move on to let's look into, are there formulas in the Bible that surround success and success principles, right? So I have studied, and the work that's going into creatingyourbest.com has been almost 25 years of research that have gone into following some of the most successful business leaders, spiritual leaders, and really combining these works into creatingyourbest.com. And what I found is there are commonalities across all of these spectrums of people who walk out success in their life. And these commonalities all come back to biblical principles. All right. Now, what are some of these biblical principles? Well, one we talked about in our last segment, which is the blessing of Abraham, right? Deuteronomy chapter 28, the first 13 verses talk and explain what that is. Now, as you read through that, you find that it says, you will be blessed in the city. You'll be blessed in the field. You'll be blessed coming in. You'll be blessed going out. Your businesses will be blessed. Now, of course, they use land, cattle, those type of things, right? Your children, all of these various things will be blessed. So let's talk about what that definition of the word blessed is, because a lot of times we throw Christianese around, right? Right. Well, what does the word blessed mean? It means to have power to prosper. So when you read blessed in any area of the scripture, somebody sneezes, God bless you, right? You're leaving for church, God bless you. What does that mean? It means God give you power to prosper. And Deuteronomy 28, it says that you will have power to prosper in the city. You'll have power to prosper in the field. Your businesses will have power to prosper. Right? Your family will have power to prosper. Your savings, your investments, which all we're going to be going into in creating your best, right? Investments and ideas around that, savings, all of that, all have power to prosper around them. Well, you might say, well, what is the disconnect then? If this blessing is mine, right? If this blessing is mine, how do I begin to see the impact of it? Now I'm going to take you back to when I first asked that question to the Lord. I said, Lord, where am I missing it? I know this is what your word says, but I'm here and it's there. How do I get there? And if you remember, we talked about seeing my bored angels, right? And the Lord's saying, Bill, if every morning and every night you will speak Deuteronomy 28, the first 13 verses, things will begin to change for you. As I begin to change and personalize those first 13 verses, change them to fit me. So what did that mean? Instead of just saying, you will be blessed, I started saying, I will be blessed. I'm blessed in the city. I'm blessed in the field. I'm blessed in the basket. I'm blessed in the store. My businesses are blessed. My children are blessed. My family is blessed. What I put my hand to, he prospers, right? He blesses. I am a lender and not a borrower. When I first began to say that, I was driving around in an 82 white Chevy pickup, beater of a truck that my in-laws were so gracious to buy for my wife, Natalie, and I, because we couldn't pay our bills. It felt so bad for us that they bought this truck, and I'm driving around and saying, I'm the head and not the tail. I am above only, and I am never beneath. I'm speaking these things very contrary to what it was that I was seeing. I'm saying I'm a lender and not a borrower. You know what? I had no money in my bank account. How could that be possible? The first step in understanding and absorbing the blessing of God is that you've got to take that by faith. You have to begin to personalize and speak that over your life, your family, and your business. Is there a formula? Yes, there is a formula. It begins by understanding God's will for us, but then us beginning to apply it. James says this about your tongue. It says it is the rudder of the ship of your life. It's like a bridle in the horse's mouth. Well, how do I turn my ship? With my words. So as I begin to speak every day, I am the head and not the tail, above only and never beneath. What begin to happen is this activation, right, of the beginning principles. Now, 20 plus years after that, I have learned and put so many pieces together. But the foundation of this formula comes in you understanding it's God's will to bless you, and your participation is so critical in creating your best life. Tune in next week. We're going to talk this. We're going to take on the second portion of this. Is there a formula of success building on what we talked about today?